great millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. And salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Aqua sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. All right, we are the brothers of Great Millstone, DC branch. And we come out here every week to prophesy the downfall and also to edify and warn our people of the hopeful elect, of the predestinated lot, which are the true biblical Israelites, or so-called Negroes, and Spanish Native descendant Indians, man. So, prophecy is popping off, man. The Lord has these Edomites going back to their rightful nature, man, really showing you their true colors, man. But if you have any sense, any spiritual sense, you can see who they truly are. But the only ones that's going to see that is the remnant. I don't want to rock this out. We pray to be that. So let's go ahead and grab Ezekiel 3, verse 17.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17, and it reads, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
So the Lord hath made us watchmen to the house of Israel, not to the Edomites, not to the Moabites, not to the Ammonites. Continue.
Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me.
So the Lord wants you to hear his words coming out of our mouth, man. Okay, so what we speak is of Yahawadah, Yahawadah, not our own vain opinion, man. We're speaking what the Lord told us to speak, man. Okay, so there's no such thing as free will. So you could probably say we're programmed, man, to declare the good news, the gospel, man. Continue.
When I say unto the wicked,
yeah, go ahead.
Once more. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning.
And that wicked is talking about the wicked of our nation, man. The 2/3 of our people, man, that have delight and pleasure in wickedness, man. That cleave on to the customs, the philosophies of this society, man. We're telling you to come up out of that, man. Spiritually and mentally, man. Because obviously we're still here in the physical form. We have to be subject to payments. We gotta, have a plantation job to pay the bills. But the Lord is gonna make sure that we have everything that we need. Continue.
Once more, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning.
And that's a promise, man. That's not let's bargain. Well, what if? No, the Lord said you're gonna do what I say or you're gonna die. Point blank, period, man. And it's not gonna be sweet. The Lord might make you suffer when that judgment comes, man. I saw a video today where I think one of the brothers was talking about it. You basically had a N-dub get executed because she held the door before another N-dub and got mad because she didn't say thank you, man. Everything is waxing worse, man. So either you're gonna get right or you're gonna get judged, man. Read that from the top.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
And Salakia, again, that's part of our calling too, is also to warn you because we want that blood off our hands, man. That's one of the main things we do is warn you. If you don't receive the message, cool, no problem. We did our job. And the only ones that's going to resonate and connect to this is the remnant, man. Continue.
Thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way.
And these jakes is not doing that, man. You got them debating, putting up money to debate to the devil and the other heathens. Who cares, man? We have the truth. We're not going to debate the truth. And we stand firm on what we believe and what we say because we know it's the truth, man. We're not out here to debate. Now, somebody might come up like the beloved Elder Apostle Ramlov stated today in his live stream. You might have somebody come up and want to, get correction. And that might be somewhat of a debate, but it's correction. But after a while, if they don't get it, we're moving along, man.
Yes, certain things just aren't debatable. It's either you believe it or you don't. Like, if you don't believe that the RFID microchip is mark of the beast, well, hey, there's no point, there's really no rest in going back and forth and trying to prove it to you and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff is really just up to faith. That's right. If you don't got it, then so be it, we gonna move on, so to speak.
Yeah, because we have a job to do, man. We're working to be secured in our lot to be part of that first resurrection, man. And what we're doing is not in vain. Okay, the Lord sees our commitment, our dedication, our devotion, all that, man. Read the rest of that.
To save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at thine hand.
So that means, if we're doing what we're supposed to do, we're going to be clear of that, man. Let's go to Isaiah 60. The Lord has Isaiah 60, Isaiah 61. What he's talking about, to preach the good tidings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Start from verse 1. Yeah, so, you know, we're going to keep on rolling in the spirit, man, because, again, this truth is only for Israel, man. This is not a universal thing for everybody in society, man. Okay? I think it's Isaiah 61, verse 1. It's on the top, yeah. Let's grab that.
Yeah, I just started. This is Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me.
So the Spirit of the Lord God is upon us, man. This is what Yahawadah was quoting when he was in the temple, man. You know, and it's the same thing, you know, we're in the same position right now. You know, so the Spirit of Yahawadah is upon all these brothers, man, to do the work, man. You know, we Israelites 24/7, not just on the weekends, man. Not just when the cameras is rolling, man. Okay? We're not politicians, as they say, you know, like Tazak, man. Where everybody wants to have a comfortable life in society, man. This place is not comfortable, man. It's vexing. It's a nightmare, man. Okay? And then we're praying for the kingdom, man. You know, and the days is going by fast, man.
Because the Lord Yahweh have appointed me to preach good tidings.
So the Lord Yahawadah have appointed us to preach good tidings, not debate, not to be out here having fashion shows at the Passover, not to be grafting the customs of the world into this truth, man. Okay? You just do what the Lord told you to do. That's it, man. We'll have a joy in the kingdom, man. But right now we have to go through this trial, this furnace of adversity, man. Okay? Because to be honest with you, man, you know, when the world is being judged, Lord willing, we be exempt for that. You know, we're going to have protection. We're going to be in league with the beasts of the field, etc. All these things, man. Okay? Continue.
Good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
To bind up the brokenhearted, the captives. Who's brokenhearted and who's the captives? It's not the so-called white man. It's not the so-called Chinese, the so-called Arabian, the so-called African. No, it's our people, man. You know, as soon as we come to camp and we get out the car, man, you see our people, you know, drugged out, addicted, man. Walking around with their asses out, literally, man. You know, so who needs salvation? Who needs that physician, which is Yahawadah Mashiach? Our people, man. But our people love this world, man. Everybody's having a good time, man. You know, but wait till all hell break loose, man. As a matter of fact, Sirach 11, hold that, Sirach 11. Everybody's having a good time right now. Okay, while you know the Lord is speaking through his men to warn you before we start judging this place, man. Donald Trump has literally declared war on all you Israelites, man. You Negroes, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, he's declared war, man. And you got these whack pastors talking about Jake needs to be slayed, while this devil's wiping his blood off his hands and pointing at you, man. Continue on that, beloved.
Verse 2. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our power.
The day of vengeance of our power. And you know, Lord willing, we hope to be exempt from that. Because when the Lord's indignation is going to be risen upon earth, man, there ain't going to be no mercy. He ain't going to spare. He ain't going to have no pity, man. Okay, and we tell you, we give you the history. We tell you about the things that have been done in our past, man, through our Bible, man. How the Lord didn't, you know, slack to judge our people, man. You know, look at the book of 1st Maccabees and 2nd Maccabees, man. Look at the miracles that was done in our history, man. Look how the Lord, you know, was with those that was obedient to him, man. He never left them confounded. And look at the position Daniel was in, man, and the lions did, man. And then as soon as he got cast out and they got put in, they devoured them, man. Come on, man. Continue.
Come. To comfort all that mourn.
Comfort all that mourning. Who's mourning? We're mourning. The people that's watching these videos this morning. Okay? Not nobody that's out here trying to live their best life. Going to a No Jumper podcast to try to be a co-host. You know, buying strap-ons. You know, come on, man. And then defending the wickedness, man. What law did he break? He's a faggot. What you mean? Come on, man. Read that from the top again, man. The part from where you just came from.
Okay, this is Isaiah 61, verse 2. Well, you want me to start all the way at the top?
Grab the shawl.
This is the book of Romans chapter 15, verse 4, and it reads, For whatsoever thing were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Yeah, you know, because the brother was mentioning, he brought up the beautiful example of Daniel's in the lion's den, man. We have to remember these stories because this is the time that we're approaching, the great tribulations that our forefathers went through. We're about to approach a time, a tribulation that's even greater than them. All right, and the scriptures was written, these stories was written so that we could build up our faith, just like our forefathers had the faith, and the Lord delivered them, man. I mean, we talked about, the brother mentioned it. We talking about Trump having the power to invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807, man. That's not no light deal, man. That's not no light deal. You look at the history of a president, authority figure, right, and society going back to the Roman Empire, right, and I believe it was 621 BCE in Athens, Greece, man. They had a similar type power, and they was arresting people. When you look it up in the history, they was arresting people for minor crimes, man. That energy, how can you say those actions is here all over? You know, where you have DJT, right, gonna be coming down on you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Israelites for minor crimes. That's his Hegelian dialectic. Our problem, reaction, solution. The problem is what? Too much crime in these major cities. Too much immigration. Yeah. We have to arrest them. We have to persecute them, man. And this is what we come out here to warn our people about. Right. But if you don't have the scriptures, if you don't have the faith to overcome this great tribulation, man, you're gonna get caught up in it. You know?
Yeah. They're basically setting up draconian laws.
Yeah, draconian.
Yeah. So when you go into the word draconian, you know, it says in reference to laws, rigorous, extremely severe, or harsh. You know? Yeah. And it says that mandated death as punishment for minor crimes. You know, so this is the season that we're really headed to. Draconian laws and draconian measures that really just afflict our people. You know, starting off from Judah all the way down to Issachar. You know, this doesn't just, you know, and you have a lot of, you know, Sambo Negroes thinking that this is only going to affect, you know, certain tribes, like, oh, ICE is only going to affect, the northern tribe or whatnot. Oh, this doesn't have anything to do with us. But, you know, just a few weeks later, Trump is trying to put the National Guard on all these major cities. You know, Memphis, you know, Chicago, all these major cities where they have a majority of Southern tribes. So it's really all of the tribes, you know?
And it said for minor crimes in the definition, you know, niggas been killing each other.
Exactly.
Niggas been killing each other for years. Niggas been selling drugs in these major cities for years.
Yeah.
You know why now Esau want to fix the problem?
Yeah.
The reason why he's quote unquote trying to fix the problem is to push forth his agenda, man. Yeah. His new world order. And what does the new world order entail? To have pretty much all 50 states and a police state, man.
Yeah.
Pushing what? His MOTB. All right.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you brought up because, you know, niggas been killing each other forever. So much so that it's baked into the system, right? Then the prison industrial complex. Esau makes money off of niggas killing each other. You know, so it really doesn't make sense that they want to crack hard on this unless they're trying to set up for something that doesn't need that going on. You know?
And the Shah made excellent points, man. And like the Shah just said, Trump already signed that into act. Especially cashless bailout, that's no more. You're gonna stay in jail. Yeah. So minor crimes, you're gonna stay in jail. So you can have like a domestic dispute with your woman, and you go to jail for a year and a half. Yeah. You know, and like you know, it's an agenda behind everything that he's doing. And as a matter of fact, to speak further on that, when the pandemic came in 2020, what was going on? What was being transported? Military supplies. You know, the tanks, the vehicles, they're all in each city right now. So when everything go down, everything's a go already. Everything's a go. So, and y'all taking this for a joke, man. The Lord can literally put the spirit on this devil at any moment to turn these things up, man. To literally have you on curfew mode again. Okay? And who else in the world made everybody have a curfew? It wasn't the Chinese, it wasn't the Arab, it was the so-called white man that made you at a curfew, man. Okay? Point blank period, man. And what was holding? You got the Sirach 11. Read verse 25 and jump down to verse 27. Because it's about to get real grievous out here, man. And we're out here, this is real love right here, man. But everybody wants to, you know, mock and scoff and talk about, you know, look at they got dresses on, curtains and everything else and this and that. And why you don't love the white man and all this other stuff. But he's literally showing you every single day who he truly is. He hates you. You have Jake literally crying on camera because, you know, Charles Lee Ray got executed, you know, but yet you don't cry for your people, man. You know?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, verse 25, and it reads, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction.
So when the day of prosperity, when you living it up, your best life out here clubbing, doing everything that you want to do, you're not worried about affliction, you're not thinking about hardship, you're not thinking about, you know, things going bad. You know, your mind is set on pleasure, man. And that's one of the main things for women, man. It's going to hit hard for women, you know, because the women, they live in pleasure, man. Their mind is like they're the star of this whole world. Everything's about them, you know. Read that from the top.
In the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction.
And that's one of the reasons why we're set up, man, is to tell you those afflictions are going to be brought forth, to prophesy against this place, to prophesy about the downfall of Babylon. Okay, to re-educate our people, man, because what you have been taught was lies, the fraud and deceit, man. Okay, but our people love to cleave on to that stuff because it gives them some type of it makes them feel comfortable to cleave on to the lies of Esau, man. Okay, just like, you know, we was watching the beloved Elder Manapazak Bob's video where you had those Edomite supremacists talking about Jake being black and their culture and this and that. He was literally projecting their own traits on us. But you know, Jake is wicked, but your rap sheet is above and beyond, man. You cannot sit right here and say, well, you know, the so-called Negro is this and is that and this and that. And you've done all those things, man. And your statistics does not go against the FBI statistics, man. Which literally says you're the biggest, you know, PEDO, you're the biggest school shooter. You know, you go to everybody's place, you're in everybody's business, taking everybody's resources, everybody's land, which, you know, you're in rulership right now. You live by the sword. That's what you're going to do, you know?
Once more, Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 25, and it reads, in a day of prosperity, there's forgetfulness of affliction. And in a day of affliction, there's no more remembrance of prosperity.
And the Lord's going to bring that to pass, man. So in the day of affliction, man, you're not going to have the remembrance of, oh man, I remember back in the day, or I remember it was all good just a week ago, because it's going to be a reoccurrence. It's going to get worse and worse, man. Okay? And you know, again, what we're doing right now, Lord willing, we're going to be exempt from that, man. We're going to have a hedge, man. Yahawadah is going to be our preservation, man. Okay? We're going to be merry-hearted, as it states in 2nd Ezra chapter 2. And the heathen won't be able to do nothing against us, man. Read verse 27.
Verse 27.
And Salaki, these are just some of the benefits that we're going to have, man. And yes, you will have some brothers that's going to be martyrs, witness for the testimony of Yahawadah HaMashiach. But what does it state? They shall rise up first with Yahawadah HaMashiach, and their works do follow them. You know, so what we're doing is not in vain, man.
Continue. Ecclesiastes 11, verse 27. The affliction of an hour make a man forget pleasure.
The affliction of an hour. So just imagine how bad it's going to be when the prophets are taken off of the streets. The Lord has shut the door for you to receive mercy because His hand is stretched out. But what do? Y'all just mock, y'all scoff. You call us racist, extremists. How in the hell can we be that? We don't have no might, no power. How? We have to go to our enemies for the one of all things, man. Even if you have a business, you still got to go to this man. You got to go get permission for everything you do in this captivity, man. You want to go out of state, you got to get a passport. But if you have any type of debt, especially Title 4D, which is child support, you ain't going nowhere, man. You know, like, come on, man. And if you don't pay your taxes, you know, your property taxes, if you own a house, if you don't pay the taxes on that, that gets stripped from you. Okay, you don't pay your car tax, you can't register your vehicle, Salaki. You know, like, come on, man. And then on top of that, usury's added, man. Yeah, interest, usury, and then after 7 years, it's supposed to be forgiven, man.
Once more, the affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure. And in his end, his deeds shall be discovered.
His deeds shall be discovered. And Lord willing, our deeds, or the deeds is going to be acceptable and pleasing to Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah, man. Okay? Because, you know, we're getting tried and going through that furnace of adversity, but it's for our improvement. It's for, it's going to be beneficial for us, Salaki. Because, you know, you're not automatically going to be that spirit that Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah intended you to be. It's a process. So, you know, we're being sanctified and purified each and every day, and those that leaven is being stripped from us, man. You know? And I can personally say that for myself, man. You know, it's a process, man. What I asked you to grab?
That's a part of keeping the Lord's patience.
That's
right. We read in the book of Revelation, the 2nd chapter, the Lord said what? Because we kept the word of his patience, the Lord was going to deliver us from the hour of temptation. You know, part of keeping the patience of the Lord, the word of the Lord's patience, is setting off the leaven, like the Akiyad said, man. Casting away the old man and becoming a new man, Hamashiach Yahushua. That's what it's all about. And with that major sacrifice, because we're trimming off the fat in our lives, and it's walking faith, and it's what? It's a savory and it's a pleasing sight unto the Lord. You know, it's a sacrifice. And because we're making that sacrifice, what? The Lord is going to protect us in that day. This is what we come out here to warn our people about. You know, to turn back into the ways of the Lord and repent. But if you don't do that, man, you're going to get caught up into the evil and the judgment, the perilous times that is spoken about in the scriptures, man. You know? You got it, bro.
Yeah, man, excellent points, man. You know, the spirit is rolling, man. So, hey, man, we're going to do what we're called to do. And again, we're working to make our calling and election sure, man. Okay? Because we want to be a part of that, you know, that 144,000 governing body, man. And to be a part of that 144,000 governing body, man, that's very, very important, man, because those are the spirits that was with Yahawadah from the beginning, man. Okay? And the Lord said that in, I believe, in the book of John, man. Well, let's grab that, 2nd Ezra.
This 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 25. Nourish thy children, O good nurse, establish their feet. As for the servants whom I've given thee.
So, like, you read verse 25 again?
This 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 25. Nourish thy children.
And how do we nourish you? With the word. Okay, that's, you know, the first meal that you're supposed to get, man. As you also stated in the Wisdom of Solomon, I believe 16 to 26, and also the book of Job, man. That we look at this word more than our necessary food. If you paraphrase it, I might have butchered it, but you know, that's the main thing that keeps us sustained and motivated and fueled. You know. Continue.
Nourish thy children, O good nurse, establish their feet. As for the servants whom I have given thee.
As for the servants, the prophets, the men that's out here dedicated, out here doing what the Lord told them to do. Again, not, you know, bringing the customs of the world into this truth, doing all types of manner of wickedness, and then always trying to make an excuse for their wickedness, man. No, just sticking to the script. Sticking to Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah script. That's it. Having humility, man. Look at the word humility, man. A lot of these chicks don't have that. Continue on that.
Continuing on. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish.
There shall not one of them perish. Continue.
For I will require them from among thy number.
For the Lord will require them from among thy number, man. So again, regardless, man, we're going to have protection. So again, what we do is not in vain. The Lord is going to have our back. We don't have to have a plan B, a plan C. All we need is Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah. Because furthermore, the Lord controls everything, man. Nothing is a goal without the Lord say so. Period, man. Esau can't do what he do unless the Lord say that he can do what he does, man. Okay, nothing on this earth is going to be able to do anything as so-called free will without the Lord saying so, man. Continue.
Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and of heaviness cometh.
So Salaki, be not weary, so be not weak. Don't have a what-if spirit. Do you believe what we read in our Bible? Do you believe what we tell you? Okay? A man can say anything. But again, we have the main one that's controlling everything, man. That's going to defend us, man. So we're not scared at what he's saying on the news and in Congress and what DJT is saying, man. We don't care about that, man. And you know, furthermore, we embrace it. That has to be brought forth. It's part of prophecy, man. You know, all hell has to break loose on the earth, man.
Yeah.
Continue.
Continuing on. For when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh.
For when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, because right now, you know, people have somewhat of, you know, sorrow, but it's not to the point where it needs to be. People have somewhat of a concern, but they don't have the answers. We do. But again, nobody wants to take heed to our answers. But yet, if this was Edomites up here speaking, you would have this whole block flooded with Jakes across the street and around here, man. Just to see what Daddy has to say. Okay, continue.
If I could say this, you know, that's why the scriptures say, be not weary in well doing.
That's right.
You know, because, I mean, you know, being in this truth, it has to come with a level of patience. You know, we have to suffer the wickedness that goes on into this place. And not only do we have to suffer the wickedness that we see, we have to live through it. We have to be tempted. We have to go through it, and we have to deal with everything that comes with being in this world, right? So that could bring about a spirit of weariness and bitterness. But the scriptures tell you don't be weary because of what's going to come on the other side. The people that are merry-hearted and they're living up their lives right now, and it feels like as if the wicked is prospering, those same people are going to be weeping and gnashing their teeth when the day of the Lord comes.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
If I may add, you got to be able to take a step back, man, and actually look at where the position that you in.
Yeah.
We talked about it before, man. We're supposed to abhor the impatience of Esau.
Yeah.
We're supposed to learn from his mistake. You know, when you look at it, Esau sold his birthright for one morsel of meat.
Yeah.
You trying to tell me, we fast forward into these times, what, you're going to be so impatient with the Lord and not be able to wait and give up your faith for because you can't go out and have fun? You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to step back and look at the bigger picture and what we're truly involved in, man. We're supposed to, have the patience that the Lord given us, and if you don't have it, what the scripture says in James, you're supposed to ask for more.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that we can endure these times, man. Endure the trials and tribulation that we go through. Because it's all gonna be worth it, man. You know, each trial and tribulation that we go through it's gonna be brought up again, man. And the Lord is gonna say what? Oh, because he endured this, because he passed this test, let's deliver him and his family. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're supposed to be learning from the scriptures, man. We're not supposed to be have the impatience of this world. You know?
I mean, that's a beautiful point, you know, because in order to step back, you have to have a mindset to where it's not just about yourself, you know, and that's another thing. You have to be wary. You have to be mindful of what you're in this truth for. You know, if you're in this truth for things that you can see and things that tangible things or whatnot that can come and go and at a fleeting moment, you know, wanting that pleasure, you know, you might not last as long as somebody that wants power and righteousness, you know, in the kingdom, you know, because, bro, being patient is that's one of the godly traits that is the hardest to maintain, you know, being patient and holding your patience, you know, being able to suffer patiently and waiting upon Yahawadah Yahawadah, you know, while abiding by and going by his word. That's very, very hard, especially when you're in the flesh, you know, but like the Shah said, that's why you have to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, you know, because this is nothing in hindsight, you know. This is nothing in hindsight. The time that we have to wait for Yahawah's return is not that much in hindsight. But a man that's all the way into himself and that's carnal, it feels like forever, you know, because he's not doing two things. He's not watching and he's not praying. You know, you got it, bro.
Definitely in the spirit neither.
Oh.
And Sharon made an excellent point. It goes back to what he read earlier. Things that were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience of the scriptures might have hope, man. You know, reflect right back to that, man. So also too, another point that they made with the patience thing, we have an example of that. Look at Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Kabar, Elder Apostle Ramla, man. You know, 40 years, 35, 30. Elder bishops, man. That's an example of patience. That's an example of men literally walking and, you know, perceiving and doing everything through the spirit, man. You know, we have beautiful examples, man. You know, ISUPK doesn't have a beautiful example. You know, man, I'm just speaking truthfully, man, because you see it. Like Yahawadah said, by their fruit you shall know them, man. An evil tree cannot bring forth good fruit, and a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, man. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay? Let's go like the rest of that.
Starting back up. This
What
is,
part you at?
oh yeah, 27.
Go ahead.
Yeah. This is 2 Ezra chapter 2, verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
But thou shalt be merry and have abundance, because again, we're being prepped right now, Lord willing, for that trial, that to go through those temptations, man. Because as it states in the book of Revelation, that the MOTB is going to be brought upon everybody, man. Everybody's going to be tried. You know, but we have the holy books of scriptures to comfort us, man. We already know the end game. We already have the blueprint. We just have to apply it. And like the Akim just said, the Sharon just said, we have to have what? Patience. We have to understand the bigger picture. Okay, read it again.
Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
But thou shalt be merry and have abundance, man. So it's a lot of benefits to have the fear of the Lord, to trust in the Lord, to believe the Lord, to know that everything that is written in our Bible is going to be given to us, man. The Lord is not going to withdraw his promise, especially to those that are dedicated and are literally putting themselves up as a sacrifice for this, man, and that are truly sincere. Okay? Period, man. Because the Lord knows our hearts, man. You know? And let's hold that. Let's grab that real quick. Let's get a few benefits for fearing the Lord, man.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 34, a.k.a. Sirach, Ecclesiastes, verse 13, and it reads, the spirit of those that fear the Lord Yahawadah Yahawadah shall live.
The spirit of those that fear Yahawadah Yahawadah shall live. Now that's a very, very spiritual thing to look into. Because before we came into this truth, we were dead. You know, that word quickeneth goes into being brought back to life. So we're actually living because we have the answers. We understand what's going on, okay? And you know, the history, you know, as far as like who we are, the reason why we have gone through the things we've gone through, why we're in captivity, etc., man. Read it from the top.
Once,
if I may add to that point, because it said what? Can you read? Yeah, like brother said, can you read it one more time? That was a beautiful point right there.
Once more, the spirit of those that fear the Lord Yahawadah Yahawadah shall live.
Yeah, it said the spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live, man. And it showed, and it says what in Ecclesiastes, in the book of Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, what the fear of the Lord. Can you get it? 12 and 13. The conclusion of the whole matter is the fear of the Lord and his commandments.
The last verse,
you know,
12.
that's what it really means to live, man. This is not talking about having air go in and out of your lungs. You know, being able to abide by the ways of the Lord is the true meaning of living, man.
That's right.
You know, because you look at the average lifestyle of a nigga, you know, that's not living. You know, that's physically being alive while spiritually being dead.
That's right.
You know, that's not true living. But abiding by the ways of the Lord, keeping the fear of the Lord, that's true life right there, man. You know? You got it, bro.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 14. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment.
I start at 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay, come. Oh, no, 13. Salaki. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, Yahawadah Yahawadah, and keep his commandments.
You see that it says, fear the Most High and keep his commandments, man. And that's what Solomon, because Solomon did a lot of experimenting, man. When you read in the book of Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, the second chapter, he experimented, he experienced certain things that your average man in Babylon the Great would never experience, man. You talking about riches, you talking about people, pretty much a personal orchestra for you, dealing with music. You talking about women and sexual experience. You know, he experienced it all. And what did he say? All of it was vanity and lies. And he said, what? After experiencing all these things, the conclusion of life is what? Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Because that's true living, man. You ever experience certain things? Brothers may go on a trip or whatever, and at the end of the trip, it was enjoyable. But it's like, bro, this shit. It's vain. You know what I'm saying? Well, Solomon had that same feeling, right? He had that same feeling. And the feeling was what? That if I don't serve the Lord, bro, I'm nothing. You know? And that's the true meaning of life, man. It's to fear the Lord, man, and abide by his ways. And once you do that, you'll truly be satisfied, man. You know, this is why these rappers and all these celebrities and stuff will have all the dainty things of life and still feel empty.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Because they missing the Lord.
Yeah.
They missing the Lord, man.
Things that come with the Lord is substance.
Yeah,
you
substance,
know,
man. Understand.
Yeah, there's a reason why you know, Solomon said those things were vanity. Vanity is because all of those things were fleeting and they didn't have any substance to it. You know, the pleasures of life really is supposed to be for the for those that put in the work, you know, and follow the words of Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah. That's really just a byproduct of the power that you have, you know. But in order to have that power and maintain it, you know, especially when it comes to the Israelite people, we have to fear the Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah and keep His commandments, you know. Because if we don't do that, we're not going to have any of those things on a large scale for the nation of Israel. Right? Because that's really the only way that we can have power and substance in this life and in the next. Is following after the words of Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah.
Yeah, and the Lord told us that through Moses, man, in Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Yep.
That if you follow my ways and what I've commanded you to do, I shall bless you.
Yeah.
And gave you the whole list. You know? But he also said in the book of Deuteronomy that at one point we was going to think that we brought ourselves out of captivity. You know, Jeshurun has gotten fat, roughly paraphrasing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The ego, you got that ego and that pride in you, man. And look where we at now. Captivity after captivity after captivity after captivity, man.
Yeah.
Kept on going off, man.
Yeah.
So the Lord had to keep on spanking us, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and what he did to us, we deserved it, man.
Yeah.
You know, to be chosen out of all these nations and to continuously go off, but it's for a point. For us to, you know, to accept and understand righteousness and good and evil, man. To be the correct judges in the kingdom, man. You know? Well,
Ecclesiastes 34 verse 13, once more. The spirit of those that fear the Lord Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah shall live.
And I hope y'all paid attention to what the Shah just said about that, you know, broke it down clearly to y'all, man. It's very important. Very, very important. Continue.
For their hope is in him that saveth them.
So you hear that? For their hope is in him. Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah that saved them. You can't save yourself. The Lord is in control of everything. Okay, Proverbs 20 verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. So the Lord can lead you to what? Salvation? Or it can lead you to be destroyed, man. What side do you want? We choose salvation. We choose righteousness, man. And that's why we walk uprightly to the best of our ability, man. In this prison. Okay, we're hoping for that incorruptible crown, those incorruptible bodies, man. We're working for something that's actually worth dying for if we have to. You know? Continue.
Verse 14.
And for the earth to be, you know, governed in righteousness, man. For us to be back on top. For us not to go off, man. For our, you know, our nation to be set back in order, man. For our women, you know, to get back in order. For our children to get back in order, man. What?
Whoso feareth the Lord Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah shall not fear nor be afraid.
Whoso feareth Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah shall not fear nor be afraid. Why is that? Because you're not afraid of Salah. You're not afraid of man because you understand the Lord controls man. You're not afraid of the Edomites because you understand the Lord's controlling the Edomites, etc. Or YNs, however you want to state it. The only one you're going to be fearful and afraid of is the Lord, man. So you're going to conduct yourself in a way that's pleasing unto him. Okay? Continue.
For he is his hope.
For he is his hope. As I said it prior, we don't need a plan B, a plan C. All we need is Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah. And again, we have things that are written aforetime were written for our learning. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the prophets, man. You know, Hebrews chapter 11 verse, the whole chapter, Salakia, that's a chapter of faith. You know what Moses did? He chose to suffer with us instead of to have a lavish life, man. And that's what we're doing right now. We're suffering, man. In righteousness, man. What?
Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah.
Did you get that? Read that again.
Blessed is
the soul
of him that feareth the Lord Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah.
Because again, as we read in Ecclesiastes 12, 13, and 14, that's the whole duty of man is to fear the Lord and to keep his commandments. And you will be blessed. Okay, and again, these are just some of the benefits. When all hell breaks loose, you know, it's all chaos out here in the earth. Everybody's showing how truly selfish they are. No sparing, no sympathy, no empathy. You know, what do they say? Only the strong will survive? No, only those in Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah will survive. Period, man. Because it's going to be judgment upon the earth, man. And what does it say in let's grab it, Psalms 91 or 94? Let's get another benefit for us, man. So what we're doing, you know, it comes with humiliation because we're a spectacle. Oh, well, cool, no problem. Because it also states in the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 is that the Lord's going to give us fame upon the earth, man. And regardless of that, we're still going to exalt Yahawadah Yahawadah. Okay, continue.
To whom do we look?
Yeah, keep on reading.
Oh, slop. To whom do we look? And who is his strength? For the eyes of the Lord Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah are upon them that love him.
For the eyes of Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah are upon him that love them. Okay, that's in subjection to him, obedient. Okay, keeping the laws to the best of our ability, again, in this weak, corruptible flesh, in this captivity, man. Our fabrics are on one fabric. We got to work on the Sabbath. Okay? We can't really have any control over anything, man.
Yeah.
You know, we're slaves, man. You have a birth certificate, a social security number. You're a slave. Everybody's a slave. You're not free. It's a delusion. Okay? Again, you got to ask for permission for everything. All right?
For the eyes of the Lord Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah are upon them that love him.
Uh-huh.
He is their mighty protection and strong stay. A defense from heat.
A defense from heat.
And a cover from the sun at noon.
A cover from the sun at noon.
Sound like Psalms 91.
Come. Read verse 14, 15 again down.
15 and down.
Yeah. Just read straight through.
Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah. To whom do he look? And who is his strength?
And Salaki, that goes back in the pride what I said earlier. We don't need a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. We only look into Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah. It also stated in the book of Sirach chapter 2, the Lord doesn't confound those that are obedient to him, that seek him. Okay? That's completely in submission to the Lord, man. Continue.
For the eyes of the Lord Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah are upon them that love him.
Woo.
He is their mighty protection.
Man.
And strong stay.
Man.
A defense from heat.
Man.
And a cover from the sun at noon.
Uh-huh.
A preservation from stumbling. And a help from falling.
And that help from falling, man. And then again, this is just a smidgen of what the benefits we're gonna have, man, in the very near future. What Salaki, what we have now, Salaki, excuse me, right now, but that's gonna be amplified when all hell breaks loose, man. You know, when martial law, these draconian measures are getting more grievous, you know, and this man just pulls out his sword, man. You know? The Lord's gonna lift up a standard for us, man. You know, you're gonna be able to touch YNs and so-called boss bitches and all that. You're gonna be able to touch them, but as soon as you put your hand on one of the Lord's elect, it's all hell for you, man. Okay? More on that? Yeah, we say it's slow.
He raiseth up the soul.
Woo!
And lighteneth the eyes.
Uh-huh.
He giveth health, life, and blessing.
Giveth health, life, and blessing. Okay? And that's something that, you know, we get stuff to eat as properly as we can, because a lot of this food is just chemicals. Not even, it's just chemicals. Let's just be honest. And if you do get some, which is crazy to say, organic, everything should be authentic and organic, man. You know? You gotta eat that stuff ASAP. You can't let it, you know, preserve it and sit, it'll literally rot. Okay? But let's grab some more benefits, man. Let's look at Psalms 91, man.
This is Psalm chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
You hear that? Read that from the top again. I don't think they heard you.
This Psalm chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
So we got our garments, man, which is this truth, which is these words of Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah. So we're dwelling in the secret place of the Lord, man. Okay, and the Lord stated, you know, it's not grievous to keep his laws, man. It's not grievous to conform and submit to his structure, his guidelines, man. Okay? that's the best way to go, man. Okay, continue.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress.
The Lord is our refuge and our fortress, man. It's again paragraph Sirach 18. The Lord controls everything, man. So like the Lord controls everything. He governs the earth with the palm of his hands, man. Okay? And yes, he has given authority to Yahawadah. So our prayers go through Yahawadah. Yahawadah is very important, man. And a lot of people disregard and disrespect Yahawadah, man. Okay? Continue.
My power, in him I will trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare.
Surely he shall deliver thee from the traps, the snares. What's going to be brought upon the earth, because he's the one doing it. He's the one bringing forth the judgment. Everybody's back here right now on the earth for either salvation for Israelites, Salakia, or to get judged. Period, man. There's no in between. Either you're going to get salvation if you're an Israelite, or you're going to get judged. Period, man. And then after, you know, everything is destroyed and the kingdom is brought up, everybody's going into captivity, man. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. So everybody's going into captivity, man. And that's another thing too, man. If those people that's in our land right now is the true people, how come everybody's not gravitating towards that land to learn the Lord's ways, man? Okay? And why the depiction of the land is not referred to in Tobit and Revelation? Why? Why is there not peace? Why is there still war on the earth, man?
It's literally the quintessential opposite.
Con.
Like in every way possible, you know, spoken of in the scriptures, if the Israelites went back into their homeland, you know, the things that were supposed to happen, everything that you see going on in the land of Israel today is literally the opposite of what the scriptures talk about.
That's right.
You know, there's still wars going on over there. There's still There's still sin going on. There's still so many different things that go into the world not being at peace because of that place. And on top of that, not only that, but the nations and everybody else, they're so fed up with their shit that they in every way, shape, or form hate the people living in that land right now.
Yeah, they even calling them out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so many reasons why they not the true people, bro.
Yeah.
Like first and foremost, these people don't even live forever.
Yeah.
It was prophesied that the Israelites was gonna live forever.
Yeah.
You know, it was prophesied that the Lord was gonna be there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
King David
where's King David?
Yeah.
Where's the Mashiach? Where's the anointing? You know what I'm saying?
Do you know how wicked of an Edomite you have to be for other Edomites to hate you and view you as separate?
Yeah.
That honestly, because you know the modern day Edomite, they don't look at themselves as different from the Italian, from the Scottish, the Danes, any of those things. They just view them all as white. But it's just that particular tribe or Duke of Esau, they're just like, hell no.
Hell no, yeah.
Their wickedness is on a different level.
Yeah, and most importantly, like it says in Isaiah,
Amalek,
most importantly,
man,
like
boy.
it says in Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it was supposed to be peace on earth. Under this man's rulership, we're about to go into the 3rd World War, man.
Yeah.
You gotta think about that, man, because that's really huge. That's massive, man. For multiple nations on the earth to be involved in one huge war. And this didn't happen one time. This didn't happen 2 times. This is getting ready to happen for the 3rd fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, there ain't no way these people, they the chosen people, man. Ain't no way.
Hey,
You know?
God. Excellent points being made, Akim Wa'akwaf. Take heed. And also, too, I'm glad it was brought up. Esau, the other Edomites, is really mad at Amalek because they didn't really share the whole blessing with them. They hoarded the whole blessing. That's that Sirach 11 verse 25 right there, man.
It's chips.
Salakia, man, like the Amalek literally hoarded the whole blessing. Then they gave the rest of the Edomites a smidget, a pinch of the blessing, man. You know, and also too, which Elder Malcolm brought out because he did a video and the woman spoke about it. All of our taxes that we pay goes to fund their lifestyle.
Yeah.
When they have children, that children has a bank account that gets money every month until that child is 18. The mother gets money for having children over there in our land.
Yeah.
They get free health care, free college, free housing, and guess who's paying for it? You. So why you know? And then you don't get no help here.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
a lot of you, because a lot of you Edomites really are the welfare recipients, as they say, if I'm saying it correctly.
Yeah.
Y'all the ones, just probably like I just said, the ones that are up there welfare. Get over $1 billion every month, you might as well say.
Yeah.
You know, so they're the ones really on welfare, man. You know, yes, you know, you have some jakes that's on welfare too and everything else, but a lot of you damn people need to get off that shit, man. It's like, go to that, finish reading that.
He shall cover, what's it called? This is Psalm chapter 91 and verse 3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Bring your ass here.
Read it from the top, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Malachi.
Yeah, keep reading.
It's Isaiah. This Psalm chapter 91 verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge, and he is my fortress.
My fortress.
My power,
My power.
in him I will trust.
In the Lord Yahawadah Shem Yahushua will we trust, man. We're not going to trust in the government, which I believe is still shut down. The government is shut down, but yet they still taking taxes out of your check.
Yeah.
Make that make sense. How is the government shut down, but yet your paycheck is being taxed?
Still tax.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. And furthermore, you're not supposed to be getting paid bi-weekly every week. You're supposed to get paid every day.
Yeah, every day.
Come on, man. This man is in your pockets before you in your pockets, man.
And those taxes is not only federal but also state.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, still getting taxed, and it's supposed to be a quote unquote government shutdown, man. You know, one of the examples that it brought up in Psalms 91 is that what the Lord was going to deliver us from the snare of the fowler. The snare of a fowler, or a snare to any animal, is very deceptive, man.
Yep.
You know, that's why the brother had said that you should, if you're on that on the Esau's government welfare system,
Yeah.
you know, if you can, to the best ability, try to get off of it, man, because that always comes with something, man. It always comes with a sacrifice, man. You know, for our women, it came with the sacrifice of what? Not having a man in the
Yeah,
house,
the household,
man.
yeah.
The breaking up of the family structure, man.
Yep.
You know, but the Lord said what? Because you believe in Him, He was going to deliver you from these different illusions, these different snares. You know, that Esau Edom set up in this system, in this society, man. You got it, bro.
That tax shit. When you go back into the history of it, it really shouldn't have even been a thing to begin with, right? Because like you said, it was basically a snare set up upon the people, because they presented it as if it would benefit them. Like, oh, okay, we're going through another world war. Well, just send in this percentage of what's it called, of how much you make. We'll take this, and once the war is over, we're done. You know. But once they did that shit, you know, once the war ended and they stopped it for a little while, they were just like, nah, we got to find out another way to keep it going. You know, and they sure did. You know, they found another way going, whether it's through what's it called, saying that it was for Social Security, whether it was saying it was for preparing for another war or anything like that. They had the taxes set up so, or they were able to convince that the people and get the people comfortable with them taking their taxes, you know, because there was a point in time where the government was scared of the people. Like, they wouldn't dare, like, before they made a move like that, they took it into very well consideration how the people would react, because they knew that if these people, you know, rised up, they would be able to overthrow the government. But nowadays, you don't have the government worried about any of that shit. With technology and everything, you have the government literally shutting down. And like you said, brother, you're still paying taxes on that. On a government shutdown.
Yeah, some people still going to work for free.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, furlough. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. That's Esau's sister for you, man.
Yeah.
And Salakia, I saw a video too where you had another Edomite talking about people working for free and not getting that back pay because they're working for
Yeah,
free.
they don't get back pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't get back. Oh.
Nah, they don't get
Trump
back
ain't
pay.
trying to give it to him.
Wait, Trump.
Trump not trying to give it to him.
That is the devil.
Y'all chose Trump. This is your kingdom. Y'all chose Trump. And it's fall. We love it.
Man.
Now you see what we went through for all these hundreds and thousands of years with y'all under us. It's like with y'all over us. Excuse me, man. It's beautiful.
Devil, bro.
That's wicked.
That's wicked as fuck.
He said, you gotta keep the Constitution. He's getting all red.
Bro,
He was pissed, boy.
most government workers don't make that fucking much. Like, it's not like your congressman and congresswoman to where, you know, they'll be able to sit out for like a whole year and they'll be all right because, you know, because you know, the money that they're getting is, you know what I'm saying, is enough to last multiple lifetimes.
Yep.
You know, these people that are going to work for free, they need that next check.
Come on.
And that guy's wicked.
Yeah, and the like we just stated, the federal, what they say, IRS is not a part of the government.
Yeah.
The Federal Reserve, they just slapped federal on it to make it seem like it's a part. Nobody voted that in.
No.
And furthermore, really, your paycheck is not supposed to be taxed. That's wages. That's not earnings.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you're working for.
Yeah, yeah.
And furthermore, you're not supposed to be paying taxes.
Yeah.
All that's basically the you wish people keeping their hands in your pocket, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is how you know that a major revolution is about to come, because this is what, you know, quote unquote Babylon the Great, America was founded upon.
Yeah.
But to escape the taxation from Great Britain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, it was bloodshed that happened because of taxation. You know, that's about to happen in these times, man. Civil unrest.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, this is why this is why Trump, you know, and the U.S. military is trying to gain as much power that they can military to subjugate the U.S. people.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because they know that major blood is about to happen in these streets. This is why also another example is why files didn't leak, man.
Yeah.
Because they know that they politicians doing such actions, man. We're gonna have a major civil unrest in this country, man.
Well,
You know?
and that on top of the economy being bad,
And the economy,
because it's one thing. I feel like most people would turn a blind eye to any of that shit if the economy was doing good and people were making money, you know. But when the people are downtrodden, you know, they're broken down, they don't have money to feed themselves, and then on top of that, you expose their leaders for doing some wicked shit. It just gives them a reason to act up, you know, because all these people are looking for is a reason. All these people are looking for is a reason, and once the economy crashes and these people have a reason to rise up against a lot of these leaders, well, that's when all hell is going to break loose, and the people are going to start not only turning on each other but turning against the government, and there's going to be a lot of bloodshed on these streets that we see right now. A lot of bloodshed.
Yeah, can you get Isaiah 24:10?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, yep.
You know, but this is what we're pretty much what we're witnessing is the downfall of America, man. And the way that the downfall of America is going to happen, it's going to happen morally, right? It's going to happen with the standards of the people. The standards of the people is at an all-time low. Also, the moral standard of the people trusting in their politicians is at its all-time low, man. All right, and then what? Y'all also economically. You know, Babylon the Great is falling, and then it's going to witness a true physical fall, man. But it has to fall within the inside first. And this is the same exact way. This is the same exact way that the Roman Empire fell, man. It fell from within, and then it was conquered by its neighboring countries, man. You know, and America is witnessing that same experience, man. America is not about to go through another revival. All right, they already had a revival. You know, during the Renaissance period. They think that they're gonna have another revival with this technology age stuff, man. You know, making everything digital, making everything digitized. Talking about having a digital currency to pretty much buy back the physical debt of the United States of America, man. Ain't gonna be none of that, man. You know, this is the last leg. It's not about to be a third leg of the Roman Empire. It's only supposed to be 2 legs. All right, and the second leg is definitely falling, man. So you got that in Isaiah 24:10.
This is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 10. The city of confusion is broken.
Yeah.
Oh, Salakia. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
Yeah, it says that the city of confusion is broken down, man. The city of confusion is this place right here, America, man. All right, Babylon the Great. This is where you get literally the word confusion. Comes from the Hebrew word, deriving from the Hebrew word babol, which means confusion. I mean, you're talking about if a man changing his sex, right, hormonally, right, through surgically, into a woman is not confusion to you, I don't know what is, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking confusion.
Well, you're not even changing your sex. You're just mutilating yourself.
Yeah, you're mutilating yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know, they'll say that, oh, it's a woman because it looks like a woman. That's the spirit of a man. That's confusion, man.
Ugh.
We're talking about the mixing of seeds, the fake GMO foods. All of it is confusion, man. It's confusion to know that a little child, you know, I remember a story, man. I got a little niece, and I remember I told her that grapes have seeds. And she looked at me and said, oh, grapes don't have seeds. Because she's so used to these fruits not having seeds. That's confusion, man. You know? All of it, man. So the Lord's got to get rid of it. And the city of confusion is being broken down right before our very eyes. And then what? HaMashiach Yahawadah is going to deliver us, and ultimately the Lord is going to send thermonuclear fires upon this place in the midst of World War III. Alright? That's going to happen soon. Alright? Because this place has to go, man. This place has to go. If we want the kingdom of heaven to be ushered in here on earth, like it says in the book of Matthew 6 and 9, right? The Lord's Prayer. Can we get that right quick? Matthew 6 and 9. And read that all the way down to where it says, your will be done as in earth, as in heaven. Go ahead, bro.
It is St. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, after this manner, therefore, pray ye.
And this is the HaMashiach Yahawadah talking to his disciples. If he said what? If you didn't have anything to pray this prayer. Go ahead.
It says, pray ye, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
See that? And this is the Lord's Prayer, man. And not a lot of people know, because this is a famous prayer used throughout the Christian church and everything, man. But it's more powerful in the Hebrew. This is why we read it in the Hebrew. But when we get to this part right here, this is actually a curse upon the kingdoms that was spoken of in the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter. And the reason why is because in order for the Lord's kingdom to be established here on earth, these kingdoms have to go down, right? This kingdom has to go down. And this is what? This is the last leg that it was spoken about in the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter. And then what? The stone, can we get that? Daniel, the 2nd chapter? I think that's verse 48. It said what? That the stone was going to crush that statue, right? So in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established here on earth in righteousness, Babylon the Great, America has to go.
Right.
It has to go, man. We're talking about the most wicked empire that ever existed, man. Exceeds the time of Noah when the great flood came. We're talking about exceeds the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? It exceeds the times of the Grecian Empire, where it says in the book of Maccabees that evils was multiplied here on earth. It exceeds all of that. So this place gotta go, man.
I gotta put
Go ahead, bro.
This is Psalm chapter 82, verse 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of
You
course.
see that all the foundations of the earth is out of course, man. The weather is out of course, right? The morals of the people is out of course. Everything's out of course because what? This man is ruling, right? And the man that I'm talking about is Esau, Edom, and his power structure. His beast system that has influenced the whole entire earth to pretty much commit wickedness at a level that we never seen before, man. You know, this power structure, this system, this beast system has to go. And when I'm talking about this beast system, I'm talking about in every aspect, man. I'm talking about technology-wise. I'm talking about medical-wise. I'm talking about more standards of living-wise. All of it has to go, man, and be wiped away, be made new, right? Because what these people are indulged in right now is essentially the image of the beast, and every aspect of it. You know, that's all they know is to live like Esau, Edom, and his ways, not knowing that what. There's a new standard. There's a new standard that needs to be abided by, man. And that's what? That's the standard in the image of the Lord. I mean, you talk about simple things, man. Just talking about herbal remedies. People don't believe in that. They rather pop a pill. Come on, man. They rather pop a pill. But this is the Lord has to establish His ways on earth all over again, man. And it will be done, all right? As in earth, as in heaven, and it will take place on here on earth, man. You got it?
yeah, back in St. Matthew.
No, you a little bit more on songs.
Oh, you want to go back to Psalms?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is back in Psalm chapter 82,
What's
verse...
that, bro? We getting the Edomites out the way? What you mean by that? No, we can't. We waiting on the Lord to get the Edomites out of the way. We can't do nothing. Come on. What tribe you from, bro? You don't know? What's your father? I mean, but you know you Israelite though, right? Okay.
Okay.
You see the Freemason thing in the back of his car?
Back in Psalm chapter 82, verse 5, it says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
See that all the foundations of the earth is out of course. So this is how we know that a major deliverance has to come, man. If everything is all out of whack, there has to be a period where everything is going to be restored. And who's going to do that? The Lord himself is going to do that. Yahawadah. And he's going to do it in this lifetime, man. All right? We don't have to wait another 500, another 1,000 years, another millennium for it to happen, man. This is going to be this is going to be the lifetime where things are going to be restored, man. You know? Everything that brothers is going through in their lives is going to be restored in the name of the Lord, man. You know, we don't have to endure this hell for all eternity, man. Brothers have kids, man. Brothers have newly kids. We don't have to worry about them experiencing the great hell, the great tribulation of Babylon the Great, man. Because we're not going to have another fucking 20, 30 years here, man. The Lord is coming in this lifetime, man. And by the signs of the prophecies, it's going to happen soon. You know, let me get 2nd Esdras 9:1.
If I can say this real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I can say this real quick, you know, the scriptures say that the Lord have shortened the days for the elect's sake, all right, because if he didn't, it said that pretty much we would all die, man.
Yeah.
You know, because when you look at the intentions of our enemies, Esau, all right, these the so-called Jadwillos, all right, the Uish people, okay, when you look at what their true intentions are, it's really to drag us deeper and deeper into slavery, man.
Yeah.
You see? Because when you look at the leaders of the largest companies in America, BlackRock, all right, Oracle, who are the leaders of it? Of BlackRock, you got Larry Fink. Guess what his race is? All right. Of Oracle, you got Larry Ellison. All right. Guess what his fucking race is, man? Okay. And the same thing for what do you call it? There's another guy. I think his name is Peter Thiel. All right. He's like one of the heads of Palantir. All right. Which is, you know, brothers know what Palantir is. It's a tech company that basically is for defense. All right. Biometrics, things of that nature. All right. To identify criminals. All right. And all of these
Face
things.
recognition. Yeah.
Okay. But essentially, they're using it for their own agenda. All right. For evil. Okay.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the leaders of all of these damn companies are the small hats, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. And the brother said that we have to be aware of the intentions of Esau Edom. Well, you go back into the book of Genesis, what was his intention, man? What was his blessing? Because his blessing is his intention, right? And blessing was what? The sword. You know, he's trying to wage war on you in every way, shape, and form. You know? And it's not being done righteously. This is the problem. Because there's no problem going to war with a person or a nation. Right? There's no problem with it. The Lord is going to wage war on Babylon the Great.
Yeah.
But the problem is how the war is waged. And it's supposed to be done conventionally.
Yeah.
Meaning what? You're supposed to announce yourself.
Supposed to declare it.
You're supposed to declare. It's supposed to be done conventionally. Hey, I want this. I'm coming for this. And it has to be announced. But Esau Edom has always been doing it in a deceived way. Going all the way back into how this place was founded. Talk about tainting the water. Right? Hiding diseases, smallpox in a blanket. Which if you don't have immunization to smallpox, it fucking kill you, right? And he knew this, right? He's always been doing this. Right? Fast forward to today, GMO foods, the medical system, man, which we always knew, but for some reason, right? Our people always have to hear it from the devil, right? But the reason why he was trying to wage war on us through the medical, it just came out. That goddamn woman taking Tylenol while pregnant causes autism, making you mentally slow. I mean, come on, man.
If I can add to that, when you look at the statistics on autism, back in like the 60s, it was 1 out of every 2,000 child would have autism. Now it's 1 out of every 32.
Damn.
30 shit.
One out of every 32. Dude, 1 out of every 32 children have autism nowadays, man.
Yeah, man.
Why is it so prevalent?
Yeah.
You know, and here it is. They're trying
Oh,
to push these vaccinations, right? Brothers know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're trying to say, oh, that doesn't have anything to do with it. Right.
Right.
But then when you look at the actual data, all right, of what's going on, adding up, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But they want you to trust in him and his system, man. But we come out here to come against it, man, to tell you about it, man. But this is how this man wages war, man. He does it deceitfully, right? And his ultimate goal, and the way he's gonna wage his ultimate war, and his ultimate goal is what? For you to take his mark, man. And I'm trying to tell you, man, the way that this devil is gonna present it, man, hey, this shit is gonna be so deceitful, man. You're gonna have the masses of the people take that shit, man. You talking about people like you gotta go back to the 2020 event, man, where you had people that fucking 10 toes down they wasn't gonna take that shit. As soon as job security was threatened, oh, I got it. Not only do I have it, I got all boosters. I got the fucking boosters with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It even went further. You know, they went the political route.
Yeah.
Whether vaccination was good or not became a political issue.
Yeah.
So you have people turning against their own family members
Yeah.
because of that shit.
Yeah.
You know, because it's one thing to, you know, make it a choice to where, you know, people can say, okay, no harm, no foul if I don't take it. You know, I'll just perish. But to make it political and have it be a us versus them thing and have, you know, basically the American people set up against each other because of that, man, that was a dirty, I ain't gonna lie, that was a dirty game.
Yeah, dirty game,
that was
man.
a very, very dirty game because that divided the people even more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's why you're gonna have the line in the sand is being drawn, man. Who you gonna serve? You gonna serve the Lord, or you gonna serve the ways? Essentially, you know, the gods over the river, which was the gods of the Egyptians, man. You know, that line in the sand is being drawn all over again, man. And if it comes with the separation of families, so be it, man. Because when that mark is pushed, man, brothers that may have wives, brothers that have families that's real close to their family, if you ain't got that mark, man, they gonna be thinking you abandoning them, man. You know, if they ain't got the same faith as you, you know, or they don't believe in the ways of the Lord, you know, this is the obstacles that the Lord, the men of the Lord, is about to face, man. All right, and if you don't have the preparation of the mind that the Lord has given us, man, you'll fall in that day, man. All right, you have something to water?
Yeah, come.
You got it, bro. Yeah, you grab that. Second Ezra 9:1.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1, and it reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Yep.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before,
Yep.
then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
See, the Lord is about to visit the world which he made, man. He's going to visit the world which he made by the way of his only begotten son, HaMashiach Yahawadah, who people scoff at, who people don't respect and don't worship, man, and don't acknowledge as the true savior of the nation of Israel, man. I mean, when you look it up, man, Yahawadah is worthy of the praise, man, the glory, all right? I mean, he was foreshadowed and foretold about going all the way back into the book of Genesis, man. Even when his name is not there, he's there, man. Fulfilling what it said, what in Hebrews, I believe the 10th chapter, man, in verse 4, he comes in the volume of the book. He's there. Something that I was going back into, this week is how the anti-venom for serpents venom, man. What's the word? Oh man, antidote. There you go, antidote. Antidote for serpent's venom, man. Did you know the antidote for serpent's venom is sheep's blood? Yahawadah is what? He's the lamb. He's the lamb of the Most High. The lamb of the Most High God. And the serpent's poison is what? The sin that this man had got us in the first place. The only one that can heal us from that is HaMashiach Yahawadah himself, man. All right. Yahawadah was always there, man. He's going to come back and physically show himself, right? He's going to physically reveal himself, going back to the book of Revelation and redeem his elect, man. You know? This is why the man is worthy of all the praise, honor, and glory, man. You know? Read that one more again. Oh, I said one more again. Read that one more time from the top.
Once more, 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 1, and it reads, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
And this is what we doing, man. We measuring thou the time diligently within itself. And the season that we're approaching, us measuring thou the time diligently within itself, is the season where Esau Edom wants to declare war on our people. And it's not fun and games. It's not a damn joke, man. You know, we get closer and closer and approach that time by the day, man. You know, we talked about it briefly earlier. You talking about the Insurrection Act of 1807, man. The reason why it's so controversial is because everybody know that it grants the president way too much fucking power. Way too much power, man. It pretty much makes him a king and has all authority over what? The military. Right? So you could pretty much replace the word Insurrection Act with what? Full-blown martial law. Because people are familiar with the term martial law, but they're not familiar with the term Insurrection Act. Not knowing that the Insurrection Act pretty much allows DJT to have such power to declare martial law throughout all 50 states. For minor bullshit, man.